Welcome to this dumpster fire that I call my channel. I'm at Novi and I previously kind of still am doing Sims 4 content. I don't know, when the time day strikes me to do it, I will make a video, but right now I'm just not feeling it. So I'm just going to do movie reviews of dumb stuff that I've watched. And my favorite genre of movies and time period are horror movies from the 80s. They're so stupid and I just love watching them and talking about them because it just brings me joy. So since it's the holidays, I decided to do a Christmas movie, a horror Christmas movie, and the one that I chose is called Christmas Evil. Um it's a 1980s horror movie, but not really. I guess you can call it maybe more a slasher. And not even really a slasher. I don't know. You'll see once I start getting into it. But instead of doing it how I did last week, where I was reacting to the movie that way, like watching it and reacting that way, I've decided to just do a review this week and we'll just go through it that way. So that way I don't have to like compete with whatever YouTube wants me to show or like what I can and cannot show from YouTube. I just feel like that would be a little bit easier for me. So hopefully this is a good video. Who knows? It might not be, but I digress. So let's get into it. So instead of doing the IMDb summary of the movie, I'm just going to tell you the summary how I see it because it just sounds more accurate. So hold on, let me read my notes. It's about a man who has Christmas trauma around finding out Santa isn't real. And he grows up to be a social pariah, mainly because he's just kind of weird. And then he's just obsessed with Christmas, like obscenely obsessed with Christmas. And I guess he gets bullied way too much and he just snaps and he just goes on a slice and dice, cut him up spree. And that's pretty much all it is. That's the overview of this movie. Pretty great, right? So in the opening scene, it is outside of a colonial style house, and it just says Christmas Eve 1947. And the house is cute, right? Like it's a cute little house. It's not for me. I don't really like colonial houses. It looks like a giant box, and I just something about that just turns me off, but that's neither here nor there. We go into the house and we were met by two little boys and their mom on the stairs waiting for Santa to come down the chimney. So Santa drops down from the chimney and he sounds so out of breath. Like, sir, you need to do some cardio or something. Because the heavy breathing that I heard through the headphones was wild. I'm like, did you guys mean to have him breathing that hard, or was this just a thing that happened? Anyways, so Santa comes, he drops down the chimney, and you automatically see that the bag of gifts are right beside the fireplace. I don't know how those kids didn't see it. I would have straight seen that there was the pile of gifts, well, the bag of gifts right there, but I'm kind of observant sometimes. I would have seen that. It's a giant ass red bag of gifts, but the kids still think it's Santa. But anyways, Santa goes and he pours himself a glass of milk, and instead of cookies, they have set out a loaf of bread and a brick of butter. What am I supposed to do with that? Like honestly, what am I supposed to do with that? The bread's not even toasted, so you want me to put some butter on some untoasted bread? I would be pissed if I was Santa. I've been slaying around all over the world, dropping off gifts and stuff to little kids, and you're gonna leave me some uncooked bread and butter? I need my sugar fix. Like that would make me give you a lump of coal. Like honestly, I would be mad. You nope, take back all the gifts that I bought you. You're getting a lump of coal just for that. That right there, that's a crime. That is a total crime. But I guess he likes it because he eats a slice and then leaves the gifts and then pops back up the chimney and goes away. After Santa leaves, it cuts to the boys in their room, getting ready to go to bed. And we find out that the little one's name is Philly and the older one's name is Harry. So Philly is telling Harry, like, that wasn't real, like Santa's not real. That was dad just dressed up as Santa. And Harry's like, no, that was really Santa. Take that back. And Philly's like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm going to sleep. So Philly just turns around and just goes to sleep. And I guess Harry hears something downstairs. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know why he got up from bed. Maybe just to double check. I don't know. Have no clue. But Harry walks downstairs and he sees his mom and then his dad still dressed up as Santa, like about to get it on. Like there's no doubt about it. They're about to do the do. I guess they have a Christmas Santa fetish or something because he still got on the costume. but that's definitely what's happening. So this upsets Harry, like big time upsets him. So Harry runs up to the attic and proceeds to have a weird ass crash out. Like it's not funny. Like it's just really weird. He picks up a snow globe while and he's crying and he's just staring at the snow globe and then he just throws the snow globe on the ground and then picks up a shard of glass from the snow globe and then slices his hand. I don't know why he did that. I have no clue why he did it. It doesn't come back up later on in the movie at all. It literally serves no purpose then I guess to say that he's becoming unhinged because Santa isn't real. I just feel like that was a little extreme, but I guess Santa just meant so much to him. I don't know, whatever. So after that's done, we cut to present day. Sorry if you hear paper rustling, it's because I took notes. But anyways, we're in present day and we see Harry and he's laying in bed and he's decked out in like a silk Santa pajama suit with a Santa hat on. And then we follow him through his house and it's decked out in Christmas stuff. Like not like you put it up for that year for Christmas. No, this stuff been sitting in his house like year round and it looks aged. It looks very much unhinged. It's very creepy. It's like a shrine to Santa. It's or a shrine to Christmas. I don't know, but it looks very creepy. I wouldn't want to set foot in this house. It looks the way the house looks like in the Santa, like the Christmas clutter, it looks like it smells like mildew. That's all I can say, but I don't know how else to explain that. It just looks like it smells like mildew. So Harry's getting ready for the day in his mildew infested house. And then after he's ready, he goes outside and they show him child watching. That's the best I can describe that. He has binoculars and he's just spying on the neighborhood kids. Quite creepy if you ask me, but he's doing it. So what he's doing is he is seeing what kids are being naughty or nice. And one kid is throwing out the trash. So he's nice. And then there's a little girl in her bedroom, she's playing with a doll, and he goes, "That's so precious," or something like that. And I was like, that's so creepy. Why are we doing this? It's creepy. Stop it. Uh and it pans from her and it goes to another little boy, and he is reading a nudie magazine. He has proceeded to cut out I guess a full, I don't know if it's a full page thing. I don't know how those things work back in the days or even now. Do they even still do those? I don't even know. But he cuts out like a full thing of a naked woman and Harry sees this and he is thoroughly disturbed. Sir, let this boy be a prepubescent. Let him let him explore his like weird urges that he's having right now. Like why why are we doing this? But it just really upsets Harry. So he runs back home and he pulls out a book and it reads the bad book, Bad Boys and Girls book. I was about to say naughty. No, it says the Bad Boys and Girls book. And I had to pause it here because I really wanted to see like what he categorized as bad for some of these kids. So I'm gonna read my notes on what some of these things said. Okay. So for some of them I can understand it being bad. Like I totally get that, but other ones are ridiculous. So these are the ones that I understand. So he wrote down smoking cigarettes, mean to your friends, lying, vandalism, being abusive to the neighborhood animals, like throwing rocks and stuff at them. I get that. That makes total sense. But then on some of them, he has listed uh bad body odor, goes to bed late, doesn't care about their appearance, has bad breath, and picks their nose. How does that get me on the bad list? I'm a kid. I don't give a damn about my appearance. Bro, I will wear mismatched socks, plaid pants, and a polka dotted top. I don't care. I am a child. I just want to go outside and play. What are we doing? How does that make me a bad person? I don't know. But that's what the book is about. It's just like a naughty or nice book. And he goes and he puts the little boy with the nudie book in there underneath the bad, obviously. After Harry writes in the book, it cuts to the next day with him at work. And he works at a place like a toy store called Jolly Dream. It's called Jolly Dream. I don't know why I said it in the question mark. It's definitely called Jolly Dream. And Harry is, I guess, trying to give his coworkers a pep talk on making good quality toys, but they don't care. They really don't care. They give two shits about whatever he's saying, and they're laughing at him. And then one of the coworkers comes up, like I don't know where he was, but he comes into like the little group and starts talking. And he walks up to Harry, and Harry has like his sandwich in his hand, right? Because it's I guess their lunch break or something. And he goes up to Harry and he's like, "Are you gonna eat that?" Doesn't wait for Harry to respond or nothing. Just grabs Harry's sandwich and just like starts eating that bitch. I'm punching you in the face. I I don't know how Harry kept his cool, how he didn't say nothing, how he didn't react at all, because I'm punching you in the face. Do not mess with my food. I did not say you could have it. I even if you had asked me nicely, I would have said no, because no, this is my lunch. Go get your own, you little jugaboo looking bitch. Oh my gosh, that man made me so mad. I would have been so mad. But after that scene, we are cut to Harry in his office and he's doing some paperwork or something. And then the little jugaboo who stole his sandwich calls him and it's like, "Oh, I can't make my shift tonight. I have to go do something. So you're going to cover it, right?" And Harry's like, no, I cannot." He's like, "Yeah, so you'll be there tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much." And then Harry goes, "Okay." "No, bitch. No, there is no okay here. I am not covering your stupid ass shift. And if you don't show up, that's a you problem because I'm not staying. This is not in writing. Nobody heard us have this discussion. There's no email. There's no nothing. Nobody even knows this is happening. So if you don't show up for work, that's on you. I'm going home." But Harry, he's so nice. He does it. He stays late for work and he does the dude's job. Good for him, I guess. Well, after the shift, Harry is walking home and he passes by a bar. And he can see people through the bar windows. And what he sees is his coworkers at the bar drinking, having a good time. And he overhears them talking smack about him and how he's so, like, basically stupid for doing that one guy's shift while that one guy's at the bar with, like, everyone else drinking, having fun. And Harry is pissed. I mean, he doesn't really do anything, but you can tell from his face because he starts like shaking and stuff. And he just runs back home where he proceeds to have another weird crash out. He grabs a doll from a dollhouse. It's like a little small doll or whatever. He grabs it and he's sitting on the couch choking the ever loving crap out of this doll while humming "Santa Claus is coming to town." So he's death grip on this doll. Santa Claus is coming to town, just rocking back and forth. The poor doll didn't do nothing to you, but he killed it. The doll broke. He rest in peace, doll. It's not funny, but like yeah. So that happens, and then the next scene, it's still nighttime, okay? So the next scene though, he's standing outside of his childhood home and he's just watching the family that lives there, and there's two little boys and a dad and they're having a pillow fight. And Harry's just creepily watching them from the window outside. No clue why he's doing this. I don't know. It's weird. It's very uncomfortable. The kids get sent to bed and then the mom comes in, and the mom and dad do what mom and dads do. They start doing the do. And Harry does not look away. Harry does not look away at all. He watches these two people punching on the couch. And I just felt like this part was just so random until the next scene. So the next scene, we find out that this couple is Phil. It's Philly. It's Harry's brother. Harry just watched his brother and his brother's wife having adult altercations on the couch. Like, that's so gross to me. That's so nasty. Like, why would you do that? I don't, they're just not explaining how his brain works. And I'm really trying hard to figure it out, but I can't. For the life of me, I cannot understand. So in that scene, where we find out that it is Phil that Harry just watched, Harry tells Phil over the phone, right, that he won't be coming to Christmas. He's canceling his the plans. And Phil's like, "What do you mean? You never miss Christmas. Like, this isn't like you." It's not like Phil wants him there. Phil thinks his brother's a right proper weirdo. Like, he don't really like his brother that much, but he also knows that his brother is very peculiar and that he would never miss Christmas. So Phil's like, he's kind of worried. He's like, "Why would you cancel the plans?" Harry doesn't really answer him. He just hangs up the phone, and that's the end of that scene. Then we get a montage of Harry prepping a Santa suit. So he's making a Santa suit. He's painting a sleigh on top of his van, like just decking out his whole stuff to, I guess, become Santa for Christmas. I was about to say Halloween. I mean tomato tomato. But to become Santa for Christmas. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't think he has a job to be a Santa at a mall or nothing. He's just doing it. I guess if it brings you joy, I'm to each their own. Side note, I'm so confused on the timeline of this. I don't know if Harry did all of this at night, like the Santa suit, like making it and then painting the van all at night. If it was during the day or what, because the next thing that we see is him walking down the street with a bag of groceries in his hand, and it's daytime. So I really don't know what this timeline is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. But Harry's walking down the street with some groceries in his hands, and he walks past the neighborhood kids, and they're all just sitting on a stoop of one of the houses, and they say hi to him, and then he asks them what they wish for Christmas, and some of the kids shout out like really nice things about being a butterfly and like bombing something. That's not nice. I don't even know why I said that, but that it was fairly whatever. But then the little boy who had the nudie magazine the day before or whatever the time frame is in this shouts out, "I want a lifetime supply to Penthouse magazine." Again, just let him go through puberty in peace. Like leave him alone. Leave this child alone. But Harry does not like that answer. He does not like it at all. And it tips him over the edge of whatever, like it tips him over the edge. Whatever thread Harry has been hanging on to with these children has just broken. Because he breaks like thoroughly. Well, not thoroughly, but like the thread is just it's just coming apart, okay? So that night he goes to the little boy's house. So the little boy's last name is Garcia. I can't for the life of me remember what his first name is. Just the last name is Garcia, okay? Harry goes to his house and he rubs mud on his face and then proceeds to go up to the siding of the house, smash his hand on it, and then smash his face up to the vinyl, and then just leave his handprints and face print on the siding of the house. So that's that scene. That happened. No other explanation. It just happened. But Harry almost gets caught because Garcia's mom is dragging him out the house to go somewhere. I don't know where they're going, but like she's dragging him out the house, telling him to get in the car. He's being bad and he's like, "I don't want to fucking go." Like I don't know if he says that word, but he cusses. He says something, and he just like, "I'm not going in the car," and he's just like, "I'm not going in the car. I'm going back inside because I want to watch TV." And the mom's like, "Get in the damn car." So she goes around, she gets in the car, but then Garcia, for some reason, looks around and he sees Harry's face poking out of a bush, and instead of alerting his mother, his parental figure, he just stares at the bush and then starts walking towards it. Little boy, you just saw a random man in your bushes and you're not going to say anything? Stranger danger must not have been a thing at this time period, because what do you mean? My mom is right there. I'm telling her. But he doesn't say anything. He just walks over to the bush. His mom keeps calling him to tell him to get in the damn car, and he's ignoring her, not even like responding at all. And Garcia gets to the bush and he doesn't see anything. But then Harry reaches out his hand and tries to like snatch Garcia, like his arm. But the little boy jerks his arm out of Harry's grip and then runs back to the car. And he's like, "Mom, there was somebody in the bushes." And the mom's like, she don't believe him. She don't believe him at all. First off, this mom ain't shit. Okay, let me just side note. This mom ain't shit. You're a child. You've been calling for like a minute to get in the damn car, and you're too lazy to get out the car to go like just grab him. Like he weighed like 50 pounds, bro. Go grab this little kid and just throw him in the car. I know that's rude, but just go grab him. At least like see why he's walking off in like a weird daze. She didn't do any of that. And then when he tries to tell her what happened, she slaps the taste out of this boy. Oh my gosh, she slapped. It's not funny. It's really not funny, but she slapped the crap out of him and then just like told him to get in the car. She didn't want to hear none of it. And that's the end of that scene. We end that scene on child abuse. I love the 80s. I love the 80s. So anyways, after the little human gets attacked, Harry is back in his garage and he's forging toy soldiers. And I would just like to say, one, his garage is creepy. He got dolls hung up from the ceiling, like little puppets, miniature, I don't know what they're called. Marionettes. That's what they're called, right? Yeah, he got like dolls like strung up from the ceiling. They're like nailed to the garage walls. They're just everywhere and some of them don't have heads. They look very decrepit and old. Like, I don't know, it reminds me of that island. Is that what it's called? I can't remember what that island is called. But that one where like there's a whole bunch of dolls just like strung up everywhere to like ward off bad spirits or like to appease a child that passed there. I can't remember what it is, but it reminds me of that. And then two, where did Harry get a smelting furnace from? Like, is that just something that we have in our house? It's just an odd thing to have in your garage. But then also, so were the dolls. So never mind. That just voids my argument. Cut to the next day, and we're at the company Christmas party where Jugaboo walks up on Harry and is like harassing Harry about covering his shift. I honestly don't know what the issue is here. It's just a back and forth where Jugaboo's telling him about how somebody higher up says that you were really good on the assembly line and good for covering the shift. I don't understand what the issue is here. It's very weird. The guy is just very, I don't know, rude, but I don't understand why. I don't know what's happening. But Harry tries to walk away and the coworker won't let him. He's like, "What's your problem?" And then Harry gives him a really cryptic message about how the guy's days are numbered and he finally found the right tune for them. I don't know what that means. Jugaboo don't know what that means. Everybody's a little bit confused, except for Harry. Harry knows exactly what he's talking about. I'm glad one of us do because I was thoroughly confused during this part. So after Harry's cryptic message, there's I guess one of the higher CEOs, like somebody comes. Oh, I totally forgot. Before Jugaboo starts talking to, I don't know this man's name. He's just Jugaboo. He's the dude who stole the sandwich. Just, nobody cares about him. But before he comes up to talk to Harry, there's a videotape on the TV, or it could be live. There's like a commercial on the TV of the president of the company saying that the more toys that we make, the more we can give to this children, like the state hospital. And we find out that the state hospital isn't really a state hospital, like it's a mental institution. And they dropped the hard R word in this little ad for it. And I was like, dang, the 80s were like, the 80s were wild. They did not give two shits. But yeah, it becomes relevant later. I just want to throw it out there because it does become relevant later. So back to Harry talking. I guess one of the CEOs of the company introduces Harry to someone else that they're trying to bring on. And it's like, oh, you can mentor him, give him like some guidance on everything. And Harry's just standing there listening to this man talk. And he goes, wait, so you don't even care about the quality of the toys or like the kids getting them? And the guy's like, no, I don't care about that. I just care about numbers. Honestly, I don't know if that's what he said, but that's what I'm taking from it because I kind of got bored. I don't like business talk. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's what I'm going to get from that conversation. And that pisses Harry off. He's like, how are you going to work for a toy company and you don't even care about the people that you're making toys for? He's like, that's what y'all's problem is. And then storms out of the Christmas party. So he storms out to his office and he has random like sacks in his like sacks, like a bag. I don't know if I'm saying sacks right, it might be sounding weird, but he has random sacks in his desk. And he goes and all of the toys that are on the assembly line, he just like steals them, just throws all the toys in the sack. That's exactly what he does. And he dips up out of the Christmas party. He leaves. We're at a different scene, and then Harry's having yet another mental breakdown in his bathroom while putting on a Santa beard. So he has like glue. I don't know what type of wig glue. I don't know what type of glue it is, but he puts it on and then he's like yanking at it to make sure it doesn't come off, and it doesn't come off, and he just like starts laughing maniacally. Like, did I say that word right? We're gonna say I said that right. But yeah, he starts laughing and he's just like so happy that the beard's not coming off, right? There's literally no explanation for this scene. It's just a scene with him putting on the beard. This movie is extremely choppy on top of that. I was thinking about recapping it in like a nice timeline, but it just too much work. It was too much work. I'm just going to talk about the scenes, how they come about. I'm just going to assume that maybe all of this is happening at the same time. So they're just doing like, this is happening and it coincides with the same thing happening. That's what I'm going to think that's going on. But again, I don't know. But after they show this weird ass beard scene, Harry's in his full Santa getup, and I'm gonna assume he's at his brother's house. It kind of looks like it's his brother's house, and he's just like cutting the string off of presents. He's not unwrapping the presents, he's just cutting the string off of them and then rearranging things. OCD? I don't know, but that's that scene. And then the next scene is Harry going to Garcia's house. He doesn't do anything there. He leaves a sack, like a bag of presents outside the door and just puts a card on it with like a frown face, and it's like I don't know what it says. Honestly, I'm not even going to go back to read what it says, but it's a frown face and it's like a bag of a present. Do we ever come back to this and know what's going on with it? What's in that sack of stuff? No. Nope. So anyways, Harry drives to a mental hospital to drop off the toys to the kids that are there, but it's like late at night. So the security guard comes out and he's like, "Bruh, back up. You are not supposed to be here. Who are you? Who even are you?" But then Harry gives him a present and the guard's like, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the present. Let me go get some of the staff inside the hospital so they can come talk to you so you can drop off the presents to the kids." I'm sitting there watching this scene and I'm like, who does this? Y'all really don't care about these kids, huh? Because there's no way I am taking anything from a weird ass man dressed in a Santa suit at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at night to bring anything to any kids. We didn't even hire you. You're not even like set up to come here, period. I'm not doing it, but that's just me because I care about children. And apparently they don't care about children. But anyways, the hospital staff comes out and they see the presents that Harry has brought, like come to drop off, and they're so delighted. They're so happy. So they go back and get some more people to come out, and Harry just unloads. They unload Harry's van and he has a crap ton of presents. What I'm going to assume is when he was at his brother's house, cutting off the ribbons. I think he was cutting off the cards that said where the presents were coming from, and then he stole those presents and put them in the van because a lot of them are actually wrapped. And I don't think Harry wrapped the ones that came from like that he stole from his job. So I think he just stole kid like the presents from his brother's kids. And that's real fucked up. You already had a traumatizing like Christmas as a kid. Why would you traumatize more people? The cycle, it just never ends, I guess. Um, so Harry drops off the presents and he drives away and he stops in front of a church. I don't know why he stops in front of the church. There's no like significance to why he did it, but he stops in front of a church and I guess they're done with the don't they have like isn't it like I'm gonna assume it's like Catholic, is it like midnight mass or something on Christmas Eve? I don't know, something like that. But people are coming out and two guys and then one girl just automatically just off the bat start making fun of Harry. Y'all just got out of church. Y'all just got done praying for your mortal souls. And you're gonna come just like make fun of this man who's just in a Santa outfit? Why? What's the reason? He didn't do anything. He's just standing there and they just start making fun of him. And Harry's like, no. What we're not gonna do is that. No. So he pulls out a toy soldier from the toy sack and just jabs the sword into this man's eye. And that's rightfully deserved because he was minding his own damn business. You could have just kept walking. Harry then proceeds to start murking people left and right with a hatchet. Um, and I don't even feel bad. I don't feel bad because it's just those three people who was making fun of him as they were coming out the church. I don't know, it's kind of like God doesn't like ugly, and then you got your comeuppings like real fast. Like your karma just happened like that. You're not gonna get me to feel bad for these people because I don't. So Harry dips out real fast and he heads back to, I thought his Christmas party, but I think it's someone else's Christmas party. But I could have sworn it was the next day, so that's why I'm confused on this timeline because it's another Christmas party. And Harry is a hit there. People love him. They love his little Santa costume. There are kids at this party. He gives them gifts. There's dancing and singing, and it's just a fun, good time. But towards the end of it, Harry is giving the kids like a warning about being good and bad kids throughout the year. And it when he gets to the bad kids part, I don't know, it's kind of sinister because he's like, if you do something bad, then something horrible will happen to you. And then after he says that, he's just super silent and he just stares dead eyes at the kids, just, and then out of nowhere he just starts belly laughing like ho 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 ho, like making it like it was a joke. That wasn't a joke, and at least one of the parents didn't think it was a joke because she's looking around like, huh, huh, this dude's weird. He needs to get out of here. So yeah, that's what exactly what Harry does. So he leaves this party and then he drives to sandwich stealing Jugaboo's house. He pulls a ladder out of his van and climbs onto the roof. And what he's trying to do is go down through the chimney so he doesn't like, I guess, have to break in through a door or a window or something, or just to make it more Santa Clausy, I suppose. And I just want to like do a little side note, public announcement. Don't try this. Please do not ever try this. The chimney is not one big hole all the way down. It gets tapered down the more you go, so that way it helps with the smoke. So yeah, if you try to go down a chimney, you're just gonna get stuck. And because it goes like it tapers down like that, once you go down, the walls will start to compress your lungs, and every single time you breathe in, like sorry, every single time you breathe and you exhale, you'll get more stuck in there because it's just tightening, or like it's just making you go down just like a little bit further until you can't expand your lungs anymore and you'll die. Yeah, don't try to go down a chimney. Don't do it, okay? All right, thanks. But luckily for Harry and unluckily for Jugaboo, Harry realizes his mistake. He doesn't even get past like the lip of the chimney and he just like shimmies himself out because he's too big to go down. So he jumps off, well, not jumps, he like goes off from the roof and he's walking around the house and he notices that there is a window to the basement, and this window's not even locked. He didn't even have to like break the window to get into this house. He just opened the window and just climbed in. Do better. Lock your doors and lock your windows. That was the easiest break-in I ever seen in my life. So Harry's now in the house and he's leaving presents for underneath the tree because I guess the guy, the coworker, has kids, so he's leaving the kids some presents. Um, and the kids spot him. Like they come out their room, they spot him, but before Harry can like kind of notice that they're out, they run back into their room and like pretend to be sleeping. And God bless these kids. They think this is Santa. Like they really think Santa is leaving them presents, so they don't even sound the alarm that someone has broken into the house. They don't, but like they don't know. They think it's Santa, so they don't say anything. So it's really sad. But Harry goes into the parents' bedroom and he proceeds to try and smother Jugaboo with the sack of presents. And the whole time, man's wife is just sleeping right beside him. Like the whole time, she does not stir one bit. And all of this noise, the like bed rattling and shaking, it does not wake her up. I guess she's just a really sound sleeper. I honestly don't know. There's no way I would not notice something happening on the bed beside me. There's not enough sleep in the world that would make me sleep through that, like at all, like period. But she does. She sleeps through like the whole thing. But anyways, I guess the smothering is taking too long. So Harry grabs the star off of a tree and just slices the sandwich stealing man's throat, and then he falls on top of his wife. And that's when the wife finally wakes up. And she doesn't even scream. She just like looks down and she's just like, with no sound coming out, just no sound. She's just making like the mouth movement of screaming, but she's not screaming. And I'm like, do we even care? Like, do we even care right now? Whatever. So Harry runs out and he's making his way towards the door, and the kids come out of their room and they see him and they're just like smiling at him, and it's just so cute. But also, Harry, you just traumatized these kids. Like, you were already traumatized by like your dad being Santa. What do you think you just did to these kids about with Santa taking their dad out? You just messed them up more than what you were, and we see how you turned out. What is going to happen with them? I hope these kids get therapy. That's all I got to say is I hope they get therapy. But the mom finally starts screaming, and then Harry runs out the house and then drives off. So we cut to Christmas Day, and we're at Phil's house, and he's worried about Harry because Harry's not there. He never misses Christmas. Like, Phil knows how just like rigid Harry is and like how weird he is about the whole Christmas thing. So for him not to even show up Christmas Day, Phil is worried. Like, he's extremely worried. And he really thinks something bad might have happened to his brother. But we cut to Harry and we see that he's fine. He's woken up in his van outside of his work, and he looks like he's gotten the most best restful sleep of his life after removing four people from this plane of existence. Like, he looks well rested. He just looks like really good. He seems like really happy with himself. Like, no worries at all. I mean, good for him. He was looking a little bit tired throughout the whole movie, so at least he got a good night's sleep, I guess. I don't know. But he goes inside the toy, like his job, and he starts breaking the toys. And this is another weird cut to a different scene. I was thinking about cutting some of the stuff out that I'm talking about, but it'll be like weird gaps, so I have to talk about it. It's just like the scene mix up. It's just really odd. It's just odd. So I just have to keep saying it, okay? So they cut from Harry smashing up all the toys in his workplace, and we're cut to a scene to a police station, and they have a whole bunch of Santas doing a lineup so the people at the church and then the sandwich stealing man's wife can try to identify which Santa it was that committed the crime. And then one of the cops, I hope he don't have kids because he says maybe he's doing some good. These kids are scared, which means they'll think about being bad or Santa will take them out. Who says that? I see the logic in what he's saying, I guess. I mean, in a messed up way, but also, dude, that's a wild ass thing to say. But anyways, he said it. That's that scene. Whatever, whatever. It jumps back to Phil's house, and Phil is looking a hot mess. Like, he's looking a wreck, like a nervous wreck, because he's really worried about his brother. It's only been like 4 hours. I don't understand how he had this weird ass mental breakdown within four. I mean, I guess that is possible, but like, he just looks like he's been going through it for a couple of days, just worried about his brother, and it's only been like 4 hours. Like, calm down. But um, Harry calls him and he's talking nonsense. He's spouting out about the whole tune thing to his brother, how he found the tune, and then Harry recalls a poem that he heard, and the part that he recites, I don't understand it. It says, every day you shave, you see yourself one step closer to dying. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. And neither does Phil, because he had the same confused face that I have right now too. He's like, the hell are you spewing from your mouth right now? A whole bunch of nonsense. Like I said, Harry's just talking a whole bunch of nonsense. So after spewing that craziness, Harry hangs up the phone and he's back in his van, pretending like it's a sleigh. Like, he's back in his van driving, pretending like it's a sleigh, and he's like cracking a whip. He's doing this with the handle to make it seem like why is my camera doing that? He's doing this with the handle to make it seem like it's on rocky ground or something, and you can hear like hooves, like he's imagined there are actual reindeer pulling the sleigh. And I guess he's so caught up in his little fantasy that he doesn't see a snow embankment, and like, he gets stuck on it. Like, he just runs right into that thing and gets stuck. He doesn't try to shovel himself out or anything. He just gets out the car, out the van, and then just like starts walking through the neighborhood as one does. And as he's walking, some kids see him and they run up on him. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Santa, Santa, do you have any presents for me?" And it's really sweet. Again, like, the kids are really sweet. They don't have any clue that this man is off his rocker. So Harry proceeds to give them gifts, and the kids' parents are kind of like walking a little bit further behind them, but then they finally see Harry there, and they're scared because they know somebody dressed in a Santa costume is out here just taking people out, right? So at first the parents play it cool. They don't want to like do anything rash to have him maybe attack the kids, which makes sense. Like you need to think about the whole situation properly, right? Well, one of these stupid ass men being all macho and shit comes up and he's like, "Get away from our kids. I will take you out if you don't step back from them." I'm like, "Sir, the kids are right there. How about you tone it down a notch?" Because he could literally just take at least two of them out before you get to him. Like he could easily take two of these kids out before you get to him. Put your male ego in a box right now and just back away. Just back away. I don't think he doesn't even look like he's going to do anything bad to the kids, but if you push him, he might. He's crazy. Don't say stuff to crazy people. Like just don't do that. But stupid ass pulls out a knife and is like waving it in front of Harry, and the kids are like, "No, please don't attack Santa." So the kids form like a little barricade around Harry so the parents can't get to him. And again, it's so sweet. Like that's so sweet, but also that's dangerous. But anyways, so they are trying to protect Harry, and then I guess the daughter of the guy who has a knife, she goes up to her dad and just like starts pounding on him. She's like, "Daddy, no, please don't hurt Santa." And she accidentally knocks the knife out of his hand, and then she picks it up and hands it to Harry. She picks it up and hands it to Harry. So Harry now has the knife. Thankfully, he doesn't use it on anyone. He just like runs away. He's now being chased by a mob of people who somehow, some way, have torches. I don't know where these torches came from. Do you know where these torches came from? Do we still have torches in the 80s? Do we get like some type of blast memo beforehand saying, "Bring your torches. We're going to go mobbing people today"? Where did they come from? I have questions that are not going to get answered, but I just, yeah, these people got torches and they're chasing him down the road. Somehow he evades them and he gets back to his van and he drives to his brother's house. And Phil during the scene is really freaking stupid. Like his brother walks up to the house, like pounding on the door. It's the middle of the night. And you see that he's in a Santa outfit, and he looks really dirty. And he watched the news earlier saying that they were looking for someone in a Santa outfit who's been like removing people from this earth. And Phil does figure it out. Like before he even opens the door, he like knows that it's his brother, and he still opens the door. I'm not opening that door. I will love you from afar, bro, but I'm not. I got a family. You're not about to take any of us out. I'm not opening that door. And Phil does because he's freaking stupid. I don't know what his thought process was, but it was nowhere linear. Have no clue. But he opens the door and feels like, "You've brought an embarrassment to our family name," and accusing Harry of being like a laughingstock and a weirdo. Which, yes, he is, but did y'all even try to get him help for his issues? I don't think you did. I think you just like tried to ignore him, like he was the redheaded stepson of the family or something. So Phil is going in on Harry, and then Harry's like, "Well, it's your fault that I'm like this because as a kid you told me Santa wasn't real." And Phil's like, "You mad at me for something I said when I was 6 years old? I was 6 years old. What do you mean? You cannot be blaming me for your decisions right now. And this is all you. Grow up." And somehow this escalates, and Phil just starts choking Harry, like choking the life literally out of Harry, to the point where Harry slumps down and Phil thinks he killed his brother. And the whole time, Phil's wife is like on the stairs watching this, and she's just like, "Phil, no, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Girl, put some urgency in that voice. Like, do you even care? Because it don't, why did you even say those words? Because it doesn't even feel like you cared at all." But yeah, she sees the whole thing go down. She watches Phil carry Harry out the house, will drag him out the house, and then like put him in his driver's seat of the van. And Phil is just standing there after he put Harry in the van, just I don't know, contemplating life because he thinks he just killed someone. And Harry wakes up and then just punches Phil and dips out. Accurate response. At least he didn't kill him. He could have killed his brother, but he didn't, I guess, thankfully. I don't know. Everyone here kind of sucks. They all kind of just really suck. But Harry speeds away and he's going so fast that I guess he can't turn or he's just not paying attention. And he drives through like a little fence type of thing that is blocking off either a steep drop, like a sheer drop, or like the side of a cliff. I mean, I guess tomato tomato, but it's he totally bypasses that. He just drives his car right through it. I really don't know how to describe this scene. I'm trying let me see if I can put it in words. Because the van drove at such a high speed, it looks like it's flying. And because there's a sleigh on the side of it, it looks like a flying sleigh. And I'm going to assume this is Harry's last moments. And in his brain, I don't know why I said brain like that, but in his brain, he's thinking that he's actually flying a sleigh because you can hear the sleigh bells in the background. And he has like a really serene look on his face and everything. And there's like a narrator, and he recites, "When I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And then the movie ends. I don't think I described that final scene properly. I was trying to figure out how to say it, and I couldn't come up with anything. Harry was crazy. He thought he was actually flying the sled, and then the van just kind of disappears as it's going towards the moon. Like that's literally how it ends. It just ends like that. There's no resolve for any of the things that are happening. Nothing. Okay, so it's very much later in the day. I got tired of talking, so I took a break and it's bedtime now, so I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I just wanted to announce that's why I look different. But anyways, overview of the movie. Well, first let me backtrack. When I was doing the whole review, right, I missed a lot of stuff. So my sister told me to go back and rewatch the movie, and I was like, nah, I got it. I didn't have it. I should have definitely went back to rewatch it. So some things that I missed. One, my confusion on the timeline. It wasn't that confusing. Like it literally was not that confusing. I was for some reason thinking that the outside lights were daylight. I don't know why I was thinking that. I just was thinking that. So I'm just stupid. When he goes to his coworker's house and I was making fun of the wife being asleep on the bed, there's two beds. They have two mattresses pushed together. So maybe that's why she didn't feel him shaking when he was being smothered. I mean, that's still like doesn't make sense, but I guess it's plausible. We'll go with that. And then for Garcia, the bag that he leaves on his porch, it's a bag of dirt. I went back and I saw like little dirt falling from it. It's a bag of dirt. That's what he left Garcia. The time and energy it took for him to go and put dirt in that bag and then like carry it couldn't be me. Could not be me at all. Oh, I also missed that the reason why he went to the church is I guess the guy that they want to bring on board, he was at the church. Like he was at the mass or whatever. I don't know how Harry knew that he was at the mass, but he definitely knew that he was there. I'm gonna assume maybe that's why he went. I don't honestly I don't know. That I don't know why he went to the church, but the guy was there, so that could be it. But anyways, back to my thoughts on the movie. So I guess my main thought is therapy. Harry most definitely needed therapy. His parents failed him so hard, like so hard. I don't understand how they could not, like how they couldn't see that he was spiraling. There's his personality had to have changed super fast and very drastically. So there's no way they didn't see that. They just ignored him. That's basically what happened. They just ignored him like he was a little redheaded stepchild or something. They put him in the back in the back of the house. They didn't bring him outside or something. I don't know. But he definitely needed therapy. But I guess in a way I totally understand Harry. Well, not totally understand, but I kind of get his mentality as an adult. His childhood basically ended that night when his brother told him that Santa wasn't essentially real, that it was just dad dressed up in a Santa costume, which I'm thinking that's what tipped him over the edge, just him finding out that Santa wasn't real, not the fact that he caught his mom and dad about to get it on. I don't know why they kept showing that scene in the movie. That doesn't make any sense because I don't think the intimate I don't think the intimate parent moment was what caused it. It was the Santa not being real part. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that was the end of Harry's childhood. And then as an adult or as he got older, I think he was just trying to hold on to that childhood innocence, like the wonder that you get from believing in something bigger than you and just I don't know, just making it because it makes you feel happy, like you're excited about something. And I think he was just trying to hold on to that, which makes sense because he also was working at a toy store. So he wanted to bring joy to other children. I don't know if it's because he didn't really find joy after that night, or he just wanted to spread joy in general, which again makes sense. And it makes sense why he's so prided on doing good quality toys, ones that don't break like the ones that they were making, and why he flipped out. So I mean, that makes sense, I guess. The only thing that doesn't make sense is the naughty or nice list. I don't get that. I have no clue what was going on with that. So yeah, that one I can't explain. That's just a thing that happened with him. I do understand wanting to get revenge on your coworkers because they were really mean to him. So I understand wanting to get revenge on them. I don't know if I would go so far as to like take them out, remove them from this earth, revenge, but he felt like that's what he had to do. So, I mean, I can't really fault him for it. The only thing I do fault him for is taking out those people at the church. Like, yes, they were rude. They were extremely rude, but they had just met you. You could have just like let them go with like a warning shot or something. You didn't have to take them out like that. If anything, he should have taken out more people from his job, to be honest. Like I feel like that would be more warranted. Unfortunately, he didn't. So here we are. I'm also really mad that there's no real conclusion to the end of the movie. Like, again, I'm going to assume that he died because went off the cliff or whatever, and then it shows the van flying towards the moon and disappearing. So I'm going to assume that's what happens, but I don't like that ending. I think that ending is stupid. I think it's dumb. And I wish there was more like a better conclusion of the aftermath of what happened with Harry because I feel like he just messed up so many people's lives, like kids included. He messed up so many people's lives. I think I just put this one wrong. I think I should have put this eye thing on after this. Oh well, whatever. I already did it. Anyways, yeah, I just really wish the ending was a little bit different. And for his brother, listen, Phil did not like Harry. I cut out so much of it, but Phil definitely did not like Harry at all. Like he was talking mad shit about his brother, like the whole film. But he also was worried about his brother, so I guess two things can be true at the same time. But Phil definitely he did not like him. So I'm not surprised. I'm not really surprised that he did choke him, but I'm surprised that he choked him to the extent that he did. Phil was over it. He was over Harry's shit. It's not funny. It's really not funny. So I'm really trying to figure out what else to say about the movie. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of I don't know. I don't know. I guess to sum it up, it was just very random. None of this uh could have like would have happened if people had just been compassionate. Um Harry, he was not your average person at all, but he wasn't a bad guy. So I don't understand why people were treating him the way they were treating him. Well, I guess I do because people don't like other people who aren't like them, but it didn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? Did that just go in my eyeball? Oh my gosh. Anyways, um, but yeah, it didn't have to be that way. Just a little bit of compassion would have saved Harry from going off the deep end. Like, you don't have to indulge in his whole Christmas Santa thing, but you also don't have to be mean. Just because someone is different doesn't mean you have to be mean to them. Again, you don't have to participate in what they're doing, but just like let them do them and then just still be nice. I'm pretty sure Harry could have like a normal conversation, hopefully, that didn't always revolve around Christmas themed stuff. But I don't even know if anyone gave him the chance. Like, did anyone even take time out to even get to know who he was as a person? Or did they just like judge him off of face value? I don't know. I think that's really sad. I think Harry just needed some friends and, again, therapy. And a lot of this stuff, if not all of this stuff, could have been avoided. So yeah, that is pretty much my review on Christmas Evil. I think I would give this movie like a 2 out of 5 stars. I mean, I don't think I would ever watch it again, but if it was on, and I was lazy, I wouldn't change the channel. And it has to be those factors. If it was on and I was too lazy to change the channel, yeah, I guess I'm watching it. I would watch this over the last movie. The last movie I'd probably give it 1 star. Maybe half a star. Half a star out of 5. That one was boring. At least this one kind of had like a plot that was kind of cohesive. Not kind of cohesive. It was very much cohesive. The other one was not at all. I was so confused. I'm still confused about that movie. We don't talk about that movie. She didn't exist. She don't exist, so whatever. But yeah, that's my overview on Christmas Evil. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you whenever I do another one. Bye.